really want to focus on Baltimore City schools. I mean, the time for excuses has so long passed, but Baltimore City schools still making Baltimore City schools make excuses that they would not take from their students. Baltimore City public schools, they do things that they would not allow their students to do, but they want you, the parents, they want you, the public, to agree to and turn the other cheek while they just ill prepare our young people for the world. Yes. So we've talked about it, and multiple shows has talked about some of the atrocious test scores for students in Baltimore City. So Baltimore City public schools, now the Baltimore City school system, which I'm a product of, many of you are products of, but we have listeners from across the country. But the school system here in Baltimore is slamming the media. They're pushing back against the media for reporting that some schools, there were at some schools there were no students who reached proficiency levels in math on the latest MCAP standardized tests. Oh, and so they're trying to, because it makes them look crazy. It makes it look bad. I would say that you got one job, and that's to educate the students. I would say you got one job, and that is to prepare these students to take tests. But school officials have posted their statement on their website, and they're accusing the media of writing what they call inflammatory summaries and headlines to earn internet clicks, and attributing the reports to what the statement calls a repeatedly ill-intentioned news outlet. Okay, so that's Fox 45. Now, I always slam Fox 45, right? Now, this happens to be something that ONFIRE TV and Fox 45 agree on. That is the conditions of Baltimore City public schools. The job that they are doing is not sufficient. And as I said, Baltimore City public schools make statements, and the Baltimore City school system makes excuses that they would not accept from their students. They wouldn't accept these excuses. Listen to some of this hoopla. So they say overall, the district closed the gap with the state of Maryland in 7 of 14 tested grades and subjects, generally math and English language arts, between 2019 and 2022. We were encouraged, but neither pleased nor satisfied, reads the statement. Okay, so if that's the case, what are you talking about right now? What about the summaries that have been put online, the summaries that have been put over the airways, the summaries that have been broadcasted about the failure of the Baltimore City public school system? What about that is wrong? Why does the school system want a pat on the back? If your student they got 7 out of 14 right, you would fail them. Baltimore City public schools, you are failing based on your own metrics. You said 7 out of 14 tested grades and subjects, generally math and English. What I'm not understanding is why the Baltimore City public school system wants us to give them a pass that they would not give their own students. The report by Maryland State Department of Education from January showed that test scores for students returned to pre-pandemic performance levels in English, but not in math. Now, that could be because they got them doing that bogus math, which doesn't even make sense in the first place. Math is math. These students need to be prepared to do math in the real world, not some convoluted, stupid system that some liberal drew up and has just sold this bill of goods to school systems. They need to understand regular math that they're going to have to do in society when they become adults. So that's a big part of the reason why they are not proficient. Parents can't help them with this stupid math that they're teaching in schools now. And the students don't understand it. And it seems that the teachers can't even teach them this stupid math. They need to teach these students how to do math that is going to be applicable in their life. That is the math that you learned when you were in school and the math that I learned when I was in school. Basic math, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, that kind of stuff, right? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, some algebra, that kind of stuff. But this core, common core, whatever this crap is, that's part of the problem. So these Maryland Comprehensive Assessment Program results, atrocious. And these so-called educated people in Baltimore City public school system, the higher ups, the ones that are making all this money, making excuses. According to the report, the percentage of students proficient in math in grades 3 through 8 dropped from 33% in 2018-2019 school year to 22% last year. Oh my God. And here's the thing. Teachers do a very important job, but you are also talking about teachers are underpaid. Teachers need raises. I mean, what kind of job are the teachers doing? Now, I'm not letting parents off the hook because parents are a big part of this problem, 50%. Because you also need to reinforce what the students are learning in school. You can't just put it all on the teachers. And then teachers have to do their job as well. But this calls for parents reinforcing what was learned during the day. Parents need to be involved. I understand that you work. I understand you got other things to do, but you also have to be invested in your child's life. And not just their cell phone and that kind of stuff and clothes. But there's other things that you got to be invested in as well, or you're not going to get the results. We can't blame it all on the school system, but the school system is atrocious. I'm not letting any of them off the hook. Since the 2021-22 school year, City Schools has invested more than $17 million in what they're calling high dosage tutoring. High dosage tutoring. And this is as a critical academic recovery strategy, they wrote in the statement. So if y'all put $17 million in what you call high dosage tutoring and you're getting these kind of numbers, you are wasting money. See how people try to say money is the answer? Money is not the answer only. You can throw a whole lot of money at the wrong thing and it's still going to be messed up. You guys take the money and spend it on the right things. So as I said, according to the report, the percentage of students proficient in math in grades 3 through 8 dropped from 33%, which was in the trash can. 33% of the students are proficient in math, and they were excited about that. So that has dropped 10%. So now it's only 22% of 3rd graders through 8th graders can do the damn math. No, something's wrong with this picture. Something is wrong with this picture. Since the 21 to 22 school year, they said that they invested $17 million in high dosage tutoring. High dosage tutoring. What does that even mean? No. To me, $17 million was put in somebody's pocket. Because we're not seeing the results of it. We're not seeing the results. So 4 schools in Harlem Park, they're talking about this. Augusta Fells Savage Institute for Visual Arts, Harlem Park Elementary Middle, Bluford Drew, Jimson STEM Academy West, and Career Academy. It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating to hear these so-called educated people lie like common criminals and make excuses as to what's happening with the money. Because they want to throw this out. We spent 17 million. What does that mean? 17 million. Really? 17 million. Could you give us an accounting for where the 17 million went for this high dosage tutoring? I think that if they spent $0 on high dosage tutoring, they would have gotten the same results, which was nothing. Nothing. It is an embarrassment. The Baltimore City public school systems is a disgrace. It's a disgrace. But they continue. The district has expanded professional development for teachers. What does that mean? What professional development is happening when the test scores now are lower than they have ever been? Lower than they have ever been. They claim to be focusing on math, similar to what has already been committed to literacy. Part of the problem is we have to get back to basics. Get back to basics. Now, regarding the scores, Mayor Brandon Scott issued the following statement. He said that there's a lot of work to be done in city schools, and they know that. But that work is just not on city schools alone. That's on all of us to do that for our young people, the mayor says. Everybody that says that they care about young people in the city of Baltimore should be stepping up to help. Now, of course, Mayor Scott is a friend of the show. He's been on the show several times. For the most part, I agree with that statement. The mayor said that there's a lot of work that needs to be done in city schools, and they know that. Okay, I agree with that. The mayor also says that that work is not just the job of the city schools alone, even though they're paid to do it, but he said it's not just their job, it's for all of us. I definitely agree that parents play a big part in this. Parents can't just send their kids to school, drop them off at school, put them on some bus, kick them out the house for a few hours, and not reinforce what is taught. It is hand in hand. And if more parents were reinforcing what is taught, they would be able to catch the crap that is being sold to the citizens of Baltimore. And that's what it is. It is a load of crap. We have folks that are stealing our money. I say stealing because they have millions and millions and millions of dollars, and we don't see any results. We're seeing worse results now than there have ever been. That is a problem. Now, whether you are a conservative outlet like Fox 45, who I agree with hardly nothing that they say, we agree on this, that the school systems right now, the performance currently needs a lot of work. So let's see, go to comment. Dominic Stokes says, get Brandon Scott out of here. All right, now, we're not really talking about Brandon Scott's job per se. We're going to have a whole lot of conversation on that because he's going to be running for re-election in the 2024 race. We're going to have plenty of time to analyze the job that he has done. But it seems like Dominic Stokes is not a fan of Brandon Scott. So who needs to be the mayor? If you don't think it's Brandon Scott, they're going to start talking about bringing Sheila Dixon back. Is that what's going to happen? I'm interested to see that. This is going to be a very, very interesting election coming up. Oh, I'm going to make some predictions here. Tharu Vignaraja, who's been on the show a few times, I think that Tharu Vignaraja is going to run again. He's a friend of Fox 45. I mean, he's a friend of the show as well. I don't have anything personally against him. And as I said, he's been here to the show several times. He brought his father a couple times. But I just think that he gets behind some topics that I don't know. I need to have another conversation with him. It's been a while since I've had a chance to chop it up with him. But I'm predicting that he is going to be running for that job. He ran for it before. And so Dominic Stokes is saying, yes, bring back Sheila Dixon. I'm sure Sheila Dixon would like to come back. I'm sure that Sheila Dixon would like to come back. But like I said, we have the 2024 race which is a presidential race. It's also going to be one that the city of Baltimore is going to be selecting their next mayor. So that is going to be interesting. So we're going to do this. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about the Baltimore City Schools CEO and some recommendations that she wants to make. She thinks she knows. I don't know what she knows, but she's a smart lady. I understand that she knows how to get that money. She's getting some money. She knows how to get some money out of the city of Baltimore. But we're going to talk more about her. We come back right after this on the Diamond K Show. Stay tuned.